So we'll get into my guns, which I've previously done in loadout videos as attachments have changed. Okay, so starting off with the M4A1 after some testing, we will be using the VAMB 762, reducing our vertical and increasing our horizontal, but also increasing our velocity. Muzzle flash, a little bit of a change, but we are reducing that vertical recoil as the main one. Brings us horizontal of 69, nice. And then we're using the new GOAT, the Magpul Angled. This is decreasing your vertical recoil and horizontal both by 0.04 and just a negative of the running speed. This brings the vertical recoil all the way down from 1.5 to 1.16 and only increasing your horizontal by, what, 0.05? But then we are getting the benefit of the velocity. So this will be my new M4 setup. These will be good for your medium to long range engagements. If you are using this for more of a close range, I do recommend using the Quick A, but that little bit more recoil will throw your range off a fair bit. Up next we have the HK419. Now I used to build this more like an M4 just with the increased damage, but trying to get that recoil control under control really. But looking at the stats, we do have 31 damage, so once again 4 to 5 shots to kill, and we have a significant amount of recoil in vertical and horizontal, mainly being the horizontal is much easier to control. Pretty much all the other stats are fine, so we will be chucking on a suppressor short. So this is increasing our vertical recoil, but then we are getting more velocity, our sound spread is reduced, and our muzzle flash is gone, and negative draw speed, that's fine. And then we are using the BCM gunfighter, which is trying to negate all that horizontal recoil, pretty much putting it down to 1. We are bumping the vertical a hefty amount, so we end up with 1.87 in vertical recoil, which is pretty high. But then our horizontal is pretty much 1, and all our other stats are looking good. I think the Quick A mag one on this one is a bit of a bait. You lose 4 rounds per mag, and you get the extra recoil on top of just a quicker reload, so I don't think it's worth it. But this should be a decent enough machine for your closer to medium range gunfights. Now for my old favorite gun in the game, the Vector. So the Vector, after some testing, I think the Osprey 9 still is the choice for barrel attachment. The suppressor short does look pretty nice, but after some vigorous testing, I still found to be hitting more shots with the Osprey at close range, even though the short does look a lot better. So this one might be mix and match, guys. See what you find to be better. But for some reason, the Osprey 9, I still am hitting my shots better. And we're going with the vertical skeleton grip, giving us the better aim down time, reload time, and draw speed, with only a little bit of a negative on the vertical and first shot kick. Magazine, the recoil might become too much, and the control seems to be having more of an effect now, but I'll have to test that. So maybe the Quick A, but I'll just leave it as none and play around and see how we go. Okay, now to the AK-74, we will be using the heavy barrel. So this is just giving us better horizontal and vertical recoil and a bunch of negative effects. And under barrel, we are going with the SE5, also reducing our vertical and horizontal. This brings us a vertical of 1.3 and a horizontal of 0.52, and our first shot kick staying at 1. And for magazine, we're using the GOAT mag, which is the Quick A, only reducing the reload time and no other negative effects. This build is made for your long to medium range gunfights and really good for players with really good aim. The recoil control on this will be a piece of piss. Just the only negatives is that you're going to stand out with your louder gun sound and more muzzle flash, but this is trying to keep it back to what it was as a really good laser. Yeah, the AK-15, I think this is the only one which my video still makes sense. As we can see with the base stats of the AK-15, the vertical recoil is pretty good, but the horizontal recoil sucks ass. So we want to get rid of that with a flash hider. And then for the underbarrel, we'll go with the BCM gunfighter. This brings us down to 2.3 vertical, which is very strong, but then our horizontal is much more manageable at 1.34. AK-15 also has the benefit of the Quick A mag, which has no negative effects apart from a faster reload. So the AK-15 hasn't changed much since my video. which is good. Now for the PP2000, I do believe that the suppressor short will just be your best bet. A little bit of vertical recoil, but then you get more velocity and your sound spread is fixed. The magazine I'm not too sure on because look how slow it makes you, and that running speed reduction is crazy, as well as the reload time. And the vertical recoil horizontal is also out of the world. So just the suppressor short for the PP. No big PP, sadly. If you want big PP, go extended and long suppressor. Still PP does exist. So can we put a big old sight on it? Ooh, and the... Ooh, what was that? What's the biggest scope? So this is the correct PP build. We've got the HS401G5 scope, we've got the extended HayMag, and the long barrel. That's all, nothing to be said here. Now onto the P90. This thing has decent horizontal recoil, doesn't have an under barrel. So I do recommend just using the suppressor short, as that does not give you any extra horizontal recoil. It just brings up your vertical recoil a little bit, or to round it out completely, just chuck on the flash hider and that will give you really good vertical and horizontal recoil control. And last but not least, we have the F2000. We will be using the suppressor short, the Fab DTFG. This is keeping our accuracy pretty nice. Our vertical recoil, we just need to be pulling down on the mouse a little bit, but everything else is pretty good. And we've finally come to the end of the video. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight into the adjustments of the attachments. If I didn't answer anything that you think you still need answered, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for future weapons and my loadouts for them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Big Bodsta.